Hello and welcome back to the fish locker out on the beach. Now I've got the rods out, one on the right hand side. I've got pulley dropper rigs on board. As you know, I always like, whenever I get to a marker, I always like to get the rods out before I set the camera up, so I've got something fishing while I can be talking. One on the right hand side, it's got a grip lead on. One on the left hand side has got a rolling lead on, so it's going to search around, so you will see it bumping in the tide. Now we've got an ebbing tide on the beach at the minute. Probably see I am a little bit damp already. I've been wading. You also notice that two surfers have just turned up as well. Of all of the 2 miles of beach, they'll pick right where I am. But it's going to be dark soon, so hopefully they'll leave. A really gently sloping sandy beach, so I'm hoping for flatfish, bass, and there have been a few smooth hounds caught in this area. So any luck and I might find one of those. I'm just going to show you really quick before the light dies off how I do my peeler crab baits. See there, look, that is a peeler crab on a pennel hook with a couple of little legs on. All I've just got 20 pound fluoro, I've got 2 foot of it, one end a little barrel swivel, and two, I think these are 2O or 1O Cox and Roll specimen extras. 1O or 2O, and all I do is I'll get a peeler crab this side. This is still in the shell. First thing I do is break all the legs off, and all you do is you just get hold of them in a oneer like that, just pull them all up, then give the shell a bit of a push, and you can peel the shell off. So eventually you are left with just the inside of the inside of the body, and it is all soft. If you can take a pair of scissors and just cut it halfway like that. If you then take the bottom half, the bottom hook of your pennel, and starting at one side like that, you can then move the whole bait around the hook so it straightens out like that. Now this was only a small crab, I might put another one on there. And another really small one. Like I said before, you keep the legs and the claws because you can peel them, pull the shells off them, and then tip the hooks with them so there's like a little bit flipping around. So there's the back hook. All you do is if you gently take the sides off, you can, if you take your time and you're gentle with it, peel all the shell off so it's all soft. And then same again, just cut it halfway through like that, so it opens it up so it can be straight. Start at one end like that. I'm trying to be quick here and do this before the light drops away so I can show you. There you go, now it's straightened out and hooked. So all I'll do, top pedal, go around, 1, 2, 3, 4, slip that in, slide it down, there you are, and just bind those with a bit of elastic. I'm going to mix the baits up a bit. I've got some old stinky ragworm that's past its best. I've got some peeler crabs which I'm going to try every now and again. I think every other bait I'm going to try peeler crab. And I've also got some sandale and some squid, so I'm going to make a sandale and squid wrap. Hopefully there might be a small eye ray or there might be a turbot, or I don't know. I'm just edging my bets. Put a little bit of everything out and hopefully you'll find something. Now you can see how quickly the tide's dropping away. When I cast them out, the rod rest was in the water. So I'm going to follow the tide down and I'm going to follow it back. As you can see, it's a nicely bound, streamlined bait with 2 hooks proud. And all you do with the claws is you just do the same. If you just crush them and break them up, you can peel the shell off. Now look. That is perfect for just tipping the hooks with. Like that. So it's got something moving around in the tide. When I'm waiting for a bite, I'll be picking the rest of these legs, so I've got them sat making a little pile like that, so I can just tip my bait to them. They're brilliant. Brilliant bait, peeler crab. I don't think there's anything that doesn't like eating peeler. Anyway, those baits have been out for a while. I'm going to bring them in, move further towards the water's edge, cast them out again. Because it's been gently sloping, I don't like wearing waders. I had a bad experience on the lake with a pair of waders and I won't wear them now. So I would rather just go wearing a pair of shorts and wade out up to the top of my shorts, rather than risk getting swamped wearing a pair of waders. Fingers crossed we can show you a few fish. Right, the sun's just gone down now. I've got about 2 more hours of the year. I wanted to get down here a little bit. I only really wanted to fish 2 hours down and 2 hours up. I wanted to get here a bit early in daylight to be able to get a good idea of the place, because I've not fished this venue before. I spoke to a few friends who have fished it quite often, and they just told me it's just a really slow sloping sandy beach. No real features, which is why I'm fishing one of the rods with a rolling leg, so we can hopefully roll around and find wherever the gullies are. Those baits came back. That one was ragworm, came back like that. The other one was sandale, came back like that. So it shows me there's not an awful lot of crab action. So I'm going to leave these baits out for half an hour. If they come back and they're mullered, I'll have to put it back down to 20 minutes. But I'm hoping that in the next hour, just after darkness, I might start seeing a fish. Like I said, coming on darkness, 1-2 surface have gone. That's good. I've had it a few times on the mark, and I've been fishing there for 2 or 3 hours. And someone will just rock straight up and just launch themselves and start surfing directly in front of me. Just gotta think, what are you doing? Honestly, what are you doing? It's with the rod bouncing about, it is quite hard to see what's a little bite and what isn't. The fish that I'm fishing for, like a bass or a smooth under a wave, if one of those picks up the bait, you will know you've got it. It won't just be like a little tremble. It will be rods leaving the rod rest. Now I have been wading out up to me, between my knees and my waist, to cast out. But that's been daylight. I'm only going to wade out as far as my knees on a night. Ideally I would have someone else here with me. At no point in time I'm going to go anywhere where I'm not feeling safe. This is quite funny. I've heard people saying about this before, about collecting your own sand eels, and I've never really done it. And I was just there, look, if you can see, I was just digging a hole in the sand to be able to wash my hands in. And as I was digging it, I've dug this little guy up, look. Just living perfectly happy in the sun. All I was doing was I was just just digging myself a hole like that to wash my hands in, and literally just there was two of them. I missed one of them, went back in the sand, but you can feel them in your fingers. I just missed one there. You can feel them in your fingers. It's a shame they're only that big. If they'd have been massive, I would have kept them. Yeah. I've heard of guys before using a screwdriver and just scraping around with them and lifting them out. It's the first time I've ever seen that. And this road here, we're getting our first proper bite. Now I'm reluctant to strike it, because if it's a ray, I might end up missing it. I'm better off letting it develop. Here, I'd switch the baits around off peeler crab, and because of all the sand eels that I'm finding in the sand, when I waded out a minute ago to try and cast a rod out, loads of little eyes in the water, so it's little sand eels. So I'm going with just sand eel. Just because I figure that's the bait source that's around at the minute. That really was a cracking bite. Hopefully it's a decent fish that comes back. It's a fish. Tell you what, this guy has run me all the way up and down the beach. This fella has given me the right run around. Look at that. Fantastic smooth hound. Yeah, hell of a scrap off these guys. Look at that. It's actually taken the pennel hook. And that was on sand eel and squid wrap. Hold still, you. Yeah, look. That was a 1-0 Cox and Roll chino that I had as the pennel. And it's got me a fantastic smooth hound. I'll just go and wash him off. We'll get a proper look at him. There's a slack line bite on the rod. Well, look at that. Slack line bite on the rod. 2 for 2. Small-eyed ray. Perfect little small-eyed ray. God, all hell broke loose then. Let's get these two fish sorted, we'll have a look at them. Yeah, look, let's have a look at this guy. It's a fantastic starry smooth hound. Look at that. They fight like crazy. You can see, look, they've got no real teeth. They just got like crushing pads. Fighting fit. I don't know if you could see the bite properly on the camera, but the rod was hooping over. Like I told you at the start, I said these aren't going to be little bites, these are going to be big bites, you're going to notice them. And definitely did you notice that one. And on the other rod, I'll just go and grab it. On the other rod, look at this perfect little guy. Perfect miniature small-eyed ray. Look at that tiny little face. Absolutely perfect. Talk about double hookup, that was fantastic. both on my pulley dropper rig. I'll show you that rig in a second. I managed to get one of the rods back out. That's one of the benefits of pre-baiting. I'd already pre-baited 2 rigs. Look, there's the second one. So all you do is, as soon as you bring it in, unclip the old one, clip on a new one. Let's get this guy put back in his pole. I'm just coming up to bang on low water, so I'm going to release these fish, see about getting some baits out, because now's the time to capitalise on this. Smooth hounds are pack animals. I mean, I've got him sat in like a little pool of water now that I've scooped out. Just dug a load of the sand out and he's sat in a bit of water like that, small idea. I'll take him down, release him. I'll show you the rig and we'll get cast back out. Who knows, with any luck we might show you some more. Now look, this is the rig. See there, all it is, straight from my swivel onto my main line, look. And it's a pulley dropper. So it clips my single sanddale down. Let me just see if I can hold that. Yeah, look, so it clips down a single sanddale. And this part here, you can see, look, the hook length's on here, so when it hits the bottom, this swivel releases off there, so you end up with a hook link below the lead, so it's nailed to the bottom. Yeah, look, there's my little pool with my 2 mates, just recovering in here until I get a chance of releasing them. A little small-eyed ray, look how camouflaged they are in the sand. Yes. Cracking smooth hound. See the size of it. As soon as I've got myself sorted, we'll get these guys released. Just holding him there, just between my feet in the water. When he's ready, he'll be off. There he goes. There he goes, look. Getting more bites from the big one. It's a different bite to what the smooth hound was like, so I'm hoping it's another ray. Give it time and see what it does. Just to show you really quickly how I'm doing this, all I've got is I've got me 1/0 specimen extra and I've threaded it down the sanddale, and for my pennel hook I've got a 1/0 chinook. Now I've been having a lot of success with chinoos, really strong hooks, real good gape, sharp point, and all I'm doing, look, is just like that. So I've got a chino as a pennel and I've got a specimen extra just down there. Now these are only small baits. If you've seen my shore fishing before for bullus or for thornback rays, I like using a big bait. Now a friend of mine who put me onto this mark, he said that you only want to use really small baits, like 3-inch, 4-inch baits, because otherwise the dogfish find them. He said you want the rays to find them, and the rays are hunting on the beach. So a little bait, they will find it eventually, but if it's a small bait, the dogfish won't find it. That was an interesting theory. I thought I'd give it a crack, and it seems to have worked. So yeah, this was the size of the bait. Look, see, all I've done is I've just put a little bit of squid on it. I'm just going to lash it on now. Now we've had the ebb. We're pretty much at low water slack now. So I've been fishing for about 2.5 hours. And the bites came on just at the last of the ebb. Oh, there's a good bite. Right hand rod. Oh, go on. Still there, still nodding, might be a ray. Rays sometimes give a couple little knocking bites, and that's generally just finding the bait and like manoeuvring itself on top of the bait. So you don't strike straight away, because chances are the fish hasn't got it in its mouth. You might be lucky and you might foul hook it, which is lucky for you because you get the fish, but unlucky for the fish because you foul hooked it. So just give it its chance, give it its chance to find the bird. Now this tide ebbed off quick. I chased it. I'm about 200 yards further down the beach than when I started. So when it starts to flood again, I'm going to have to be fast, and that's why travelling light's best. All I've got is my rods and my rod rest. I've got my camera and tripod, and I've got a bag and a bucket. So literally all I can do is I can put the bag on my back, grab all the tripod, grab all the rods, and walk everything back quick, because you do not want to get caught out. Yeah, look. Squid and sandale wrap with the hooks proud. Now see, both hooks are proud, and that's on about 2.5 feet of 20-pound flow rope. I always end all of my traces in a little barrel swivel so you can interchange them real quick. That's another thing as well. You see here this little bit on my tripod. I always hang my pre-baited traces on there, so they're up out of the way and they're ready. As soon as I want one, I'll just slide it off there. Just in the process of moving all my stuff back. Sorry, I'll turn it off. Just in the process of moving all my gear back. Going back to get the rods. Boom, 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 pull down. See here, look, on my pulley dropper rig. Look at that. A cracking male small-eyed ray. I'd estimate this to be around about, say, £7. I'm going to weigh him in a minute. Yeah, look, you see. Just see the sandale in his mouth. I'll get the tweezers on him. Unhook him, get him weighed. See these stones here, look, these ones, I've just lifted him out of the water because I didn't want to lift him on the hook length. He's had my finger up, look, cheeky mare. That's a cracking result, don't you think? So, a smooth hound, 2 small-eyed rays. Now the tide is flooding back quite fast. I'm going to unhook him, get him in that pool of water, get the bait back out, then move all the gear and then we'll get him weighed. Wow, fantastic. There you go, look. All I managed to do was I just reached down into his mouth. Reached down like that, go hold of the hook, turned it out. There you go. Perfect. Let's get him in this pool of water here. Let's get him covered. Right, this is one of the things that you want to be careful of. I was just about to cast out then. And you see there, look, there's a load of weed around the leader knot. I've seen it happen loads of times before when people have gone to cast and there's been a chunk of weed in the tip eye, or there's been some weed around the leader knot. As soon as you've cast out with a lot of whack and that has got to the end eye, it's snapped. It's either snapped it off or it's snapped the end eye off. So I'll have to back this line off now, clean that weed off the knot, and then re-spool it and then cast out. Should always keep an eye out for that. There he is, recovering his pool, look. Just hollowed the sand out. Covering nicely in there. Let's get a weight on him and then we'll get him returned. Perfectly camouflaged, aren't they? Is he going? Thinking about it, isn't he? Right, just got that last small-eyed ray released. It was came on the scales at £7 1 ounce, so I was pretty much bang on. That smooth hound came in just over 8. I didn't weigh that tiny small-eyed. The tide is absolutely racing in now. I'm just doing a relay up the beach, running my gear back. So these are my last 2 baits out. I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to go back and go back and go back until I either get a fish or until I get back to the place where I started, and then I'm going to pack up. Because I've already had a fantastic night's fishing. I think I'm actually getting a bite now. See if I can show you. Now the slow ones are just the tide, but every now and again you get like a real sharp. There, look at that. Give it a chance. The last time I gave it a chance, it was that big small-eyed ray, so I'm prepared to leave it. Give it a couple of minutes and see what it turns into. Yeah, it's a definite fish. You see that? This rod here. Looks like we're getting a bite on the other one now as well. That looks like a bite. See what I mean about how quickly the tide's running in? I'm going to have to run my gear back up the beach again. That was 50 yards. Sorry. That was 50 yards in no time. I think it's about time to call it a night. Check these 2 bites out and then we'll rack it off. Thought to myself, shouldn't lay a reel down on the sand like that, it'll knacker it. Thought to myself, someone's tripped that lead out. Now, I thought with the amount of sand hills that were around here, we'd have some of these. I'm surprised I hadn't had one sooner. You can see it. Taking the main hook, I got caught with the pennel as well. Pennel stuck in just underneath its pectoral fin. Right in the scissors. Hold still. Tell you what, they are spiky. Here you are. A nice little surf beach schoolie bass. I do love bass. They are lovely looking fish, aren't they? Loads of attitude. Let's get this one chucked back. I think we've actually got a fish on the rod now. It's back in the rest. There, look, same again. Lump of weed around the leader knot. Deadly if you don't watch it. And that's the rig. See, look. When it hits the bottom, that clips up. When it hits the bottom, you end up with the bait presented below the weight. I think there's a fish on there. Yeah, I think there's a ray sitting on that. What did I tell you? The biggest bait I've sent out the biggest bait that I'd sent out tonight. It was a mass of ragworm and squid, and look, it's caught a little tiny small eye grey. Where's your great grandma? Let's get him chucked back. Never see here, look. And I was jammed with weed. Tides at my feet again. Masses of this weed now. Now the tide's starting to flood. Right, just got that last bait out. I'm definitely packing up. It's getting a little bit dicey now. The tide's just running in that fast. I'm constantly having to run baits, run my gear up, run the camera up, run my box up, come back, and I'm having to leave the rods. I've had a fantastic session. There's no point ruining it now. There's no point being greedy and wanting to stay for more. Yeah, I've got loads of bait left as well, which is cracking. I only used like 4 paler crabs and I brought a dozen. I've only used like 5 little sand eels. I've got a pack. I've got some squid left. I've got a ragworm left, and I didn't lose any gear. So, on top of catching some fantastic fish, this is a brilliant session for me. I shouldn't have said that. I don't really choose to fish open sandy beaches very much because I prefer like rocky marks or like out on the boat. The main reason why I don't like fishing on the beach is because like this here, look. You see that? On the sand. The fine sand just gets everywhere. It's all over me, it's all over my rods, all over my tripod, all over my tackle box, all over my camera gear, all over my reels. I'm going to have to clean everything tomorrow more. This is why I don't like sandy beaches. Catch some cracking fish, as you see. This is why I don't choose to fish sandy beaches very often. The rig of choice today was a pulley dropper rig. I will put a link into the end of this video to show you how to make it. It's a very simple rig, and I use it for getting like fragile or like small soft baits to distance. You can clip it down, and when it hits the seabed, it releases, and you end up with a bait below the weight, which is perfect for flatfish and rays and as I said earlier on about the smaller baits. I've tried the smaller bait theory that my mate said. I usually use bigger baits because generally I think bigger baits, bigger scent, bigger fish. Here, the biggest bait I put out, which was like 10 ragworm wrapped up in a squid, caught like a small eyed ray that was less than a pound. And yet the little tiny sand eels that I sent out were maybe only like that big, as big as my finger, even thinner. Just a single medium sand eel wrapped with a little bit of squid. Got 8 pound tone smooth hound, 7 pound 1 ounce male small eyed ray. Got schoolie bass. Got a couple of little rays as well. Fantastic session. I hope this is giving you some ideas. I hope it's giving you some tips for if you wanted to fish a gently sloping sandy beach like this. This is a surf beach, as you saw the surfers earlier on. I'm just keeping my eye out on there because I don't know if you saw the bite when that smooth hound took, but if I hadn't been watching it, that rod would have been out with the rest. Now usually I would fish on the ratchet, but I've got my spinning reels, and I like to back the drag off sometimes. You can't really at the moment because there's that much wash and there's that much seaweed. If I back the drag off, the line will just get washed away. So I'm having to fish a relatively tight drag and just watch the rod tips. We are getting a little nibbly bite on there. I'm just going to finish packing up. I'll give that for another 15 minutes and then we will head back to the van and go home. I'll check the time. I think we have had. What time is it now? 1 o'clock. We have had 1.5 hours of the flood. So most of those fish came on the last half an hour of the ebb, over low water slack and the start of the flood, which actually coincided with darkness. I don't know whether or not they would fish well over low tide during the day. I like to generally fish 2 down, 2 up in darkness. As you can see, it's a pretty productive time. If we get to see you another fish, fantastic. If not, have a good one.